Children, welcome to online classes of biology. So we have completed fourth chapter, and the next chapter is morphology of flowering plants. So what do you mean by morphology? The study of external characters, okay, external features is known as what? Morphology. So in plants, what are the external characters or structure? They are what means when we study the external characters, we have to study about the roots, stems, leaves, flowers, and fruits. So, children, among this, from this chapter, that is all the other portions like the stem, leaf, these portions are removed from the inflorescence only. We need to learn, okay? But just I'll give the basic things about the root and leaf also, stem also, okay? So, just what is the root? Root is actually the organ of the plant that helps in the absorption of minerals, water, and also for the anchorage. Okay, the roots can be primary root, okay, or it can be secondary, tertiary, etc. Isn't it? So they help in what the plant to absorb the materials, and also it helps in the anchorage. The roots can be, or the root system can be divided into two different or three different types. What are they? Tap root system means it is found in dicot plants, isn't it? There will be a primary root, and then it is what it will have a number of secondary or tertiary roots originating from the what this primary roots, isn't it? So like this, there will be a primary root, and then what other roots are originating from this primary root. This kind of roots are known as what? The tap root system. Okay, fibrous roots you can see in monocots, where you can see a number of small roots, okay, that arises from the base of the plant. So in monocots you can see adventitious roots means if the roots are arising from the parts of the plant other than the radicle. Usually we learn no radicle will give rise to roots. So if any roots are arising other than radicle, from other than radicle, then that kind of roots are known as what? The adventitious roots. Understood? So it can be from stem. Okay, so from stem, if roots are arising, that is actually adventitious roots. Okay, so if you see the roots, parts of the roots, there will be root cap. Then just below that, there will be a region of meristematic activity, means what? Where active cell division takes place. And just below that, there will be a region of elongation where the newly formed cells due to the cell division get elongated. And in the other region, there will be the region of maturation where differentiation takes place, means the meristematic cells will get differentiated into different cell types. Okay, and from this region only many root hairs will be arising, and that is helpful for absorption of water and minerals. Okay, then next, just one another topic is modification of roots. Means the main function of root is what? Absorb, isn't it? The food materials and water. So other than that, if any roots are doing any function in the plants, these are considered as modifications of roots. Okay, can you see the roots that is arising from this branches? Okay, so this kind of roots, they are helping in giving support to the plant. Understood? So this type of roots are known as prop roots. Okay, the which are found in banyan tree. Okay, and in the sugar cane and all, you can see from the nodes, okay, small roots arises that are also helping in what? In the support, and that kind of roots are known as tilt root. Okay, then rhizophora. Okay, the plants known as mangrove plants. Okay, one type of mangrove plant is what? Rhizophora. Okay, rhizophora. And in this, you can see some roots come up. Okay, and these kind of roots are known as pneumatophores. So what are pneumatophores? The roots which are helping to respire, okay, for respiration. Understood? So likewise, for support, for respiration, and for storage, okay, you can see here turnip, carrot, sweet potato, all these are actually root modifications only, isn't it? Roots are doing some other functions. What function they are doing? They are helping in storing the food. So like this, in addition to the absorption and what the anchorage, if roots are doing any other functions, these are known as what? Root modifications, and they modify for support, for storage, for respiration, etc. Can you see this pneumatophores which are what? Negatively geotropic, means they grow up, okay, they are actually adapted to mangrove places where there are muddy regions, okay, where there muddy regions are there only these plants are adapted to live, and to get oxygen their roots comes up. Understood? If the roots are under the this muddy region, they will not be able to respire, so some of the roots come out and they do the functions of respiration. Is it clear? Now the stem, how you will identify a stem? It will have nodes and internodes, isn't it? So nodes means what? The region from where the leaves are originated. Internode means in between the two nodes. Understood? So like this, what nodes and internodes will be there in the stem. And the major function of stem is what? Conduction of water and minerals. Okay, and also it forms the supporting part, isn't it? So, in addition to this, if the stem is doing some other functions, that it can be considered as what? The stem modification. Okay, for example, for storage of food, for support, for protection and of vegetative propagation. So, in that way, they are considered as what? The modifications of stem. Okay. So for example, potato, ginger, turmeric, simikant, okay, colocasia, etc. are what? Stem modification for food. So how will you consider potato as a stem? Because they are also having nodes and internodes. So from the nodes only the buds arises. Okay. So like this, they are also what? Stems, and they are modified for what? For the storage of food, isn't it? Then stem tendrils. Have you heard spring-like structures in some of the plants like God's family? Okay, Peter God and all. They okay, this spring-like structure, they wound around certain support, and they give what? They are giving support to the plant. Okay, so these are known as tendrils. Okay, and then some what? The axillary buds. Okay, axillary bud means bud present in the axil of the leaf. Okay, they are modified into thorns. Okay, in bougainvillea and all, you can see thorns are there. Okay, so then these are for protection. Okay, from protecting the plants from the animals, isn't it? Citrus and all, you can see the lemon plant, etc., isn't it? So then some other plants. Have you seen opensia, our cactus plant? Their stem is modified to do what? Photosynthesis, isn't it? They contain chlorophyll, and they can do photosynthesis. Understood? So they are known as phylloclad. So for photosynthesis also, some of the what? Stem is modified. So stems can modify for storage, support, isn't it? For protection, for photosynthesis, and also for reproduction. Okay, in banana, pineapple, etc. Lateral branches, they originate from the base, and then they grow horizontally beneath the soil, and then they come up. Okay, and they give rise to leafy shoots. Is it clear? So like this, what? Stems can do some other functions, or they are modified to do some other functions other than what? The the support and conduction of food and minerals. Okay, or materials. Then the next part is what? Leaf. Leaf is the major function of leaf is what? To perform photosynthesis, isn't it? So if you take the structure of a or parts of a leaf, they will have a leaf base. Okay, a leaf base will be there. Then you can see the petiole, stalk of the leaf is known as what? The petiole. Okay, and in between the leaf's axil and the stem, you can see a small structure in many plants that are known as the stipule. Okay, stipules. So stipules, presence of on the presence of or on the basis of the presence of stipules, the leaves can be stipulate and exstipulate leaves. Okay, so those who are having stipulate leaves are stipules in their leaves axil is known as stipulate leaves. Okay, and if they are not having, then exstipulate we call. Okay, then you can see this is the broad portion of the leaf, which is known as leaf lamina. Okay, leaf lamina. Is it clear? Then in some plants like the leguminous plants, leaf base, okay, that is swollen and that is known as the pulvinous. Understood? Leaf and at the base of the stalk, okay, leaf base, that will be swollen and that is known as what? The pulvinous. Understood? So I told the green part, which is the green flat part, which is helpful in photosynthesis, is known as the leaf lamina. Okay, or leaf blade also we can call. Okay, and in the leaf you can see the main vein which is distributed in this region, okay, in the middle, and that is known as the midrib, and many veins are also found. Okay, many small veins are also found in the leaf. Now leaves can be simple as in the case of this. Okay, this is a simple leaf, isn't it, in hibiscus, and it can be compound leaves, means they are made up of, or they are having a number of leaflets. Okay, these type of leaves are known as compound leaves. Clear? You can see in the diagram. Okay, and this compound leaves can be pinnately compound or it can be palmately compound. You can see here this is pinnately compound. Okay, one common branches will be there and on the sides the leaflets will be arranged, and in palmately compound it's just like palm. Okay, from a single point, okay, from a single point many leaflets are arising. Understood? So this kind of leaves are compound leaves are known as palmately compound leaves. Is it clear? Now another term is what? Phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy means the arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch is called what? Phyllotaxy. And there are mainly three types of phyllotaxy. It is alternate phyllotaxy, opposite and opposite and whorled. Alternate means you can see here in one branch or one node there will be a leaf, and in the other node and in the next node you can see the leaf on the other direction or oppositely they are arranged. Understood? Sorry, alternate they are arranged. Okay, alternate means one node will have only one leaf. Okay, in guava plant, okay, you can see easily there two leaves will be arising from a single node and they will be opposite to each other. That is known as opposite phyllotaxy. Whorled means from a single node only many leaves will be formed. Okay, many leaves will be formed. This is known as what? The whorled phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy means the arrangement of leaves on the branch. Okay, now leaves are also modified for various purposes. Okay, for example, in some plants, okay, we have learned stem tendrils, isn't it? Stem are modified into tendrils there. Here you can see the leaves are getting modified into tendrils. Okay, sometimes leaves are modified into spines. Understood? Then what they do, functions of storage, where you can see leaves storing the food in garlic or an onion, isn't it? So the leaves are what? They are able to store the food materials also. Okay, then what? The insectivorous plants, in them their parts are modified into some special structure so that they can trap the insects. Okay, for example, pitcher plant, venus flytrap plant, etc. In them these are the leaves are modified to capture the insects. Okay, So this much is clear to everyone, I hope. The next portion is what? The inflorescence. Okay, so from here only this year you need to learn. Okay, so what is inflorescence? Actually, sometimes you can see flowers, they group together to form a big, okay, structure. That is known as what? Inflorescence. Okay, understood? The arrangement of flowers on the floral axis. Okay, you can see here. Sometimes you can see the flowers as solitary, isn't it, at the tip of the pedicel. But you can see sometimes flowers they group to form inflorescence, and you can see they are produced on a common what axis. So this kind of what structures are known as inflorescence. Now depends on whether the apex get developed into a flower or continues to grow. Understood what I said? That is, you can see in some inflorescence the apex of the what the apex, okay, the tip part of the stalk, they continue to grow, okay, and they produce flowers laterally. Okay, and in some other inflorescence what will happen, the apex will get end in a flower. Understood? And the flowers, the other flowers will be produced in the what, in the side. Understood? So on that basis there are two major types of inflorescence. Okay, that is racemose and cymose. Understood? What are they? Racemose and cymose inflorescence. So what do you mean by racemose inflorescence? That is, the racemose inflorescence, the main axis continues to grow. Okay, they continues to grow, and the flowers will be formed laterally in an acropetal succession. Acropetal succession means the larger flowers or the older flowers will be at the base, and the younger flowers you can see at the top. Okay, so this kind of inflorescence is known as what? Racemose inflorescence. Okay, and in cymose inflorescence, what is happening now? The main axis that terminates in a flower. Okay, so the axis will have limited growth, and the flowers are formed or they are born in a basipetal order. Okay, means the older flowers will be on the top. Okay, and then you can see in this way. Okay, so the axis tip will end in a flower, and then the older flower, okay, will be found on the top and the younger flowers towards the base. Okay, so if it is producing like this, if the axis is ending in a flower, and then you can see the younger flowers will produce on the base. Okay, understood? So first flower will form just near to this, and second flower just below it. So this kind of inflorescence is known as what? Cymose inflorescence. So racemose and cymose inflorescence are what? The major type of inflorescence. So what is inflorescence? Group of flowers. Okay, the arrangement of a number of flowers on the floral axis is known as what? Inflorescence. So what is the advantage of inflorescence? See, it can get pollinated very easily. Why? Because due to the presence of a group of flowers, that will be very much attractive. Understood? So like this it will be very useful for the plant to get pollinated. Is it clear to everyone? So let's stop here and we'll continue in the next class. Thank you.